What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today is the day. Yes, the car is finally done. It's time to go pick it up from Fernando. Small little issues, but let's go and we'll talk about that. Okay, when I say the car is done, it's not exactly 100% done yet. So I've been told that the car is painted, the paint's fully done, but small details are not done. Now, I'm not quite sure what that means exactly. I gave these guys an extra week and a half, but we're 2 weeks out now, man, and suspension's still up in the air. The wheel fitment is, I'm so f***ing worried about that. I mean, I measured it with AL13 with, you know, the little tool, but, you know, sometimes that's not 100%. And let's just say, I didn't leave much room for error. So at the end of the day, I need the car back, which is why we're heading out right now to go figure it out. Oh, great. The front bumper's not on. All right, so as you guys can see here, we got some bad news. Car is not complete yet because we got into a little bit of a argument with the shop. I'm just f***ing with you guys. No, it was all good. Nothing but the best reviews for Fernando and his son Luis. We just have to pull the car out because we just gotta get the suspension and the wheels wrapped up. Everything's painted. It's just not color sanded yet. But let's show you guys around. God damn! Dude, oh my god. Okay, on this camera it looks a little like flat, I don't know why, but dude, there's just so much freaking depth in this freaking paint, and like it's just more like stunning in my opinion than the bus, because there's just so much more surface area of like yellow. And then dude, here's a little sneak peek for you guys, the carbon. Oh my god. This is exactly what I was going for, guys. I purposely wanted it to be like this, the contrast, and it just breaks up the body panel, in my opinion, so nicely. And then it's gonna flow into the carbon splitter right here, and of course the wheels will be black. And it starts obviously from the bumper, which I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. It has the carbon lip, and it just flows so nicely, and just like the little stuff like polished black handles, and ooh, god damn, ooh, Jesus Christ, guys, oh my goodness. But anyway, guys, it's not done on purpose. We had to pull it out, like I said, because we have to really dial in the wheels, which are right over there, and the suspension. Because if something's wrong, we need a little bit of time to fix it. And speaking of wheels, here are the wheels right here from AL13. And like many of you might have suspected, ta-da, the exact same wheels as the VW. My goals, I want so bad for them to be like two little twins just driving down the street. That's gonna be so sick. And here's the front bumper right here, super light, all carbon fiber, but what does it look like painted? All right, so I'm not gonna put the front bumper on completely, gotta tease you guys a little bit, but let's take a little closer look here. So what I ended up going for is, yes, unfortunately, most of it is painted yellow, because I don't wanna be, you know, that guy that has like just a brick of exposed carbon and then it's like back to paint and then back to a brick of exposed carbon. I do at the end of the day want, you know, the paint and all the exposed carbon to flow together, flow nicely. So what we ended up doing here is an exposed carbon center here. So there you go, exposed carbon. It gets a break of paint and then back to exposed carbon, where it flows around the corner here, and then back to exposed carbon here, and this little air duct. And this is where it got a little tricky here. The line of the body like flows here, and it doesn't match exactly here. So you kind of just have to pick a ending point. So we decided to go with like a contrast, a little point there. Some people may like it, some people won't, but I like it. So it'll go from carbon, you have your black AL13 wheels here, back to carbon, and then of course the side skirts and the side skirt extension carbon, black wheels, and then obviously the rear bumper I mean, is all painted with the carbon wing. All right, so basically what we gotta do now is I'm gonna take this wheel off. We're gonna just get this guy on. No. Let me know if I can help. Shut up. We're gonna just get this on with no wheel and just kind of eyeball it. Make sure there's no metal to metal contact. And you know, get a little taste of what this is gonna look like in there. We're gonna do that for the front and the back. And then we're gonna start making the much needed modifications to the suspension. Alright guys, before we begin, man, this is just one of those surreal moments. I mean, I cannot tell you guys how much I've like dreamt of this exact scenario right here. My work, which is clothing, is right behind me. And if we just flip the camera, the fun is right in front of me under the same building at age 26 years old. That's crazy, man. Dude, that just shows you guys, like, I'm obviously a nobody. You know, I'm not some famous YouTuber or anything like that. I just started the YouTubing part of it. But dude, if you just put your head down and just work your ass off, no social life, no bullshit, nothing, just 100 and like 200%, 24/7, anything is possible, guys. And the power of social media nowadays. Sorry guys, this is just a crazy moment. Like, the car is right here, we're gonna work on it, and my work is right here, and it's just kind of hitting me now. But I just want to leave you guys with that really quick. Let's get back to the show. All right, so what we gotta do first before we touch the suspension is get these stock wheels off and make sure the AL13s are proper and the fitment is correct before we touch anything. And basically what I'm looking for is the side right here, making sure it's not obviously poking out, because I've done that before on other builds. So let's pop these wheels off. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. Oh, okay. I'm gonna fix the ride height obviously, but god damn, dude. Okay, AL13, major shout to you guys, because dude, I was going back and forth with Adrian. You cannot get any more perfect than that. That is completely flush with the body, and obviously when you lower it, it's gonna slightly camber in, so that'll be absolutely perfect. We're nowhere close to hitting the back here. Come on, focus. Maybe not. Okay. We're nowhere close to hitting the back on the strut right here, which is what I was worried about. And then I think the front will be perfect. And dude, 0 spacers, nailed fitment perfect on the first freaking try, dude. Oh my god. Woo! Let's go. So far, so good on the front. Now, let's tackle the back. Oh, god damn, dude. Holy shit. Oh my god, wheels just really just changes the whole freaking car, dude. Matching wheels as the bus. Oh my god, fitment in the back just like the front. A little bit more aggressive, not gonna lie, but I think it'll be okay, because obviously, as many of you know, the rear cambers way more than the front when you lower the car. And again, plenty of room back here, not really worrying about it rubbing against anything. But, ooh, god damn! Oh my god, dude. The black wheels with the carbon, going with the carbon, back to black, and the rear wing will also be in carbon. Dude, this is gonna make so much noise at SEMA. So I calmed down a little bit. So what exactly do we have to do next? So the first hard tack of wheel fitment is cured, luckily. Not fully, I guess. You know, we won't know 100% until we get the tires in the car, which I'll put on really soon. But nothing rubs, and then it looks okay. So that's a good thing. So now we're gonna pop these off. We have a big brake kit from Yellow Speed. I went with a gloss red caliper, so a nice, you know, contrast of the yellow, the carbon / black, and then throwing a nice little accent on there. So, you know, I won't be overdoing it with the yellow. And yeah, so we gotta pop these off, and then we gotta pull the springs out, and well, I'll let you guys know what we're doing with that. I got a cutting wheel here, and I got my spring. So that could only mean one thing. We're cutting the spring. Now, before all of you guys get bent out of shape and be like, oh my God, what is he doing? I've gotten like mixed feedback on if this is okay and if this is not. Some people say with this specific spring it's okay. Some people say no, you're still messing it up. I mean, I'm only taking off like one coil right here. And regardless if it messes it up or not, one, I have no choice. We're out of time right now. And two, after SEMA, I'm gonna send this out to get re-engineered, recheck the spring rate again. And if it needs to be remade with a thicker spring to compensate for the short material, we'll do that. But I'm kind of curious to see like if this is true or not. I mean, like I said, I'm only taking off one coil, so I honestly don't think it's gonna do much, but we'll see. All right, so this ride height is pretty much perfect. But unfortunately, it can't stay like this because if you guys look here, we're like right about to hit the subframe right there. We need to raise the car up just a little bit, maybe give it like a ½ inch to an inch of clearance, and then see what it looks like. All right, guys, we got a little bit of an issue now. So the front suspension is completely good to go. It's dialed in. Didn't even have to cut that much off of the spring right there. The shock is good, but the back, however, the back is a little bit more of an issue. I did have to cut a good amount off the spring. The good news is I found a company local in Long Beach here that can make a new spring that's shorter, thicker, and still matching the dampening settings for this shock here. But this shock, even at its lowest setting, doesn't even fit in the car. So where it mounts to on the lower control arm and up to here, basically, like the shock is already fully compressed, which is not a good thing. So basically what we have to do is, this is where the shock mounts to, is cut that entire thing out and basically refabricate it to go higher, so it mounts up a little higher, so then the shock can release. So this is what I'm talking about last minute issues that I knew were gonna pop up. And on top of that, as you guys can see on this side, Fernando still has a lot of body work still to do. He has to color sand the whole entire car still, which he's gonna thankfully come down to us here in Los Angeles and just do it in-house, because we're running out of time. I can't keep going back and forth. But dude, this, oh my God, and the freaking interior, dude. Look at the inside of the car. Does that look like it's ready to you? It's almost worse than when it first went to Fernando. Dude, body shops, man. Dude. So to fix the rear shock tower, we're gonna head over to Dr. Concepts, which is the guys who actually got the manual transmission in the car, did a great job with that, and they said they can pretty easily just knock that out. And they said they can pretty easily knock that out in a day. So let's go help. So let's go head over there right now. All right, guys. So we're at Dr. Concepts here. What we did here is, you can kind of see right there. Oh, let me get this light. Right there is about where the original mounting point is. So we actually raised it. Dr. Concepts owner's Duck. He made this other like duplicate of this mount right here, and then welded it directly on top. So we basically extended the mount of the shock tower up so we can still utilize, you know, a shock. And then that's how we can get this, you know, pretty aggressive gap here in the back. And then actually, let me go on this side. This side has the over fender, but you guys can see it's pretty slammed on the floor. Obviously not the wheels we're going for here, but it's not like a ridiculous ride height like most race car kits, if you know what I mean. Just know, like when you guys see this car at SEMA, I think we have some people from Europe asking about this thing. You do have to modify the suspension if you don't want a ridiculous ride height in the back. So don't think you can just stick a coil over in there and it'll be good to go, because it won't. But that's not too bad of a modification you have to do. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So let me know what you guys think. All right, guys. We got 6 days before this car leaves the SEMA. It's October 27th, Sunday. So yeah, 6 days. This car leaves on the 2nd, November 2nd, which is a Saturday. And well, there's still a lot of stuff to do. The whole car has to get color sanded still. Dude, it's really freaking good. Like this is like straight out of the paint booth. No color sanded, and it looks really good. But for those of you that know, color sanding makes a huge difference. And if that wasn't enough, well, let me show you guys. We have the whole freaking interior that I need to put back together myself. I have no help with this one. Fernando's just strictly paint and body. So, dude. So what I'm gonna be tackling next, which will also be available in the body kits you guys can purchase, you know, of this car, is a side skirt and the side skirt extension. This is something that is new. It just adds a little bit more aggression to the side view of the car. So that sits on top of there like that. And as you can see, just gives it a little bit more girth from the side. And this is pretty simple. You can just get yourself some rib nuts, drill into here, lock the rib nut onto there, and then just screw it on from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now and see how it looks. What's going on, guys? I have no idea where the last clip ended, but dude, it was just 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. every single day for the past 7 days. I just had to grind it out. We're here. We're here. All right, guys, the car is done. Let's get in the car and head to our booth.